Hi HEN group, this is Dr. Stacia Kampschneider with Infinite Health Chiropractic. I thought I would do a fun video to kind of incorporate some of the things that maybe you're learning in your anatomy, physiology classes that you're doing at home, and maybe give your parents a bit of a break. So I just want to go over some things about the body, maybe teach you some things you never knew, and then we'll have you guys submit your answers to the worksheet that's also included on the email, and you'll be entered in for a chance to win some fun prizes. So let's start off with the first question. So what is the nervous system? So the nervous system is composed of the brain, which is where? In our head, inside that skull. And the spine is where? The spine is that bumpy part down your back, or like we have right here. This is the spine. We all have one. Babies, grandmas, grandpas, all of us have a spine. And what does the nervous system do? The nervous system controls everything in the body. The nervous system helps us to see, smell, hear things. Not only that, but it tells our heart to beat, our lungs to breathe, stomach to digest food after we eat. If we are playing a sport, it helps us to catch a ball, kick the soccer ball, run fast, all of those things. So the nervous system not only does things that we choose to do, like playing, running, doing activities, touching things, but it also does things that we have no control over. And that would be like our heart, our stomach, things like that. Let's see here. So we'll go over some fun things about the spine. So in the cervicals, that would be our neck right here, there are 7 bones. Can you guess of an animal that has 7 bones in their neck? A giraffe. A giraffe only has 7 bones in their neck. Think of how long their neck is compared to ours, but yet they have the same number of bones, 7. Then we have the thoracic region. That is from about our shoulders to the bottom of our ribs. We can all feel our ribs. If you feel those bumps on the sides, front or back of our stomach, those are our ribs. Those protect our lungs, our heart, and this is the thoracic region right here. And there's 12 bones in that area. Then we have something called our lumbars. That's going to be the low back area. We have 5 bones there. Then we have something called our sacrum. That is this triangle bone right here. And then we have something called the coccyx. That's right here. And we also call that the tailbone sometimes. So kind of a fun fact about that is the spine actually starts at the tailbone. There's a little thread that attaches to that tailbone, and then it goes all the way up and attaches to the brain clear up at the top. Do you know what the only organ is in the body that's fully surrounded by bone? That's your spine. That's why it's so important. The body knew that the nervous system was important, so it surrounded it with bone to protect it. So we have all these bones protecting that spine. Now, why is that so important? Well, the brain and the body are always talking to each other. The brain sends messages to the body, and the body sends messages back up to the brain. So it's continually talking all the time. It's like a circle or a loop. And we want to make sure that that spine is protected to make sure those messages are being clearly sent. If you've ever heard of somebody who's maybe broke their back, if somebody breaks their back down here, that might cut off those messages that go to the legs, and that person may not be able to walk. So that's why it's so important to make sure that we protect our spine and that we're nice to it. Here's a fun question too, is how fast do those signals go between the brain and the body? 250 miles per hour, so very fast. Those messages are sent very quick. The next thing that we'll talk about is, what is innate intelligence? Innate intelligence is something that you are born with. It's inside of you, and it's something very, very smart. That's why we use the word intelligence. And that is basically that nervous system, because it's controls everything. So for instance, if you cut yourself, your body heals. Your body's smart enough to heal itself, but how does it know? Well, that brain or that nervous system sends messages to that cut on your arm and tells the skin how to heal and repair itself. What if you break your leg? Again, that brain sends signals down to that leg telling it how to heal the bone. The body's very, very smart. That is what innate intelligence is. It's the body always knowing what to do. And then the last question is, how do we keep our nervous system, since it's so important, since it controls everything, how do we keep it functioning at 100% all the time? So there's a few things. Movement is super important. When we move our spines by playing, wiggling, things like that, it nourishes our brain. So make sure you move a lot. Another thing is eating healthy. We need to make sure that we eat good nutrients to give our body everything that it needs to be healthy. Sunshine's also very important. That vitamin D from the sun's very important. Fruits, vegetables, healthy fats, so things like coconut oil, butter, avocados, nuts. Those are all really good things to make sure that we're giving our spine. And then a lot of sleep. Our brain needs to be well rested so that we can heal and recover. When we sleep, we heal, so that's why sleeping is so important. And then last is getting checked by a neurological-based chiropractor. So going to somebody who's going to make sure your brain and your body are communicating at 100% all the time. In my office, I use NASA space equipment, and that's how we determine how efficient the brain and the body are communicating. So those are many of the ways that you can make sure that your nervous system is functioning at 100%. I can't wait to get your guys' worksheets in the mail and give some special prizes out. Thank you so much for watching the video, and hopefully I'll get a new one out soon. Thank you.